Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Beautiful sun just about to set there. I might flip it around so you can have a look at that in a second. Well, no football, but there's things happening at Spurs. CEO, Mole, both in the club and I'd say in the fan base as well. So let's go through it, eh? The CEO thing was announced the other day. Now, I don't really care, to be honest. I don't really care. It's another suit, another snout in the trough. All I care about is the football team. There seems to be, excuse me, some maybe conniptions going around that because this guy, I think his name's Vinay, is from Arsenal. I don't think that's a factor. I'm more worried about the way that, you know, boardrooms are going in general. Rampant capitalism than where people come from. I'd assume that just like a player, just like a manager, they're professional people. They can put loyalties to one side if they support a club. I mean, what professional footballer plays for the club that they're a fan of? It doesn't happen very often. So all that, don't really care. That's happening. What it means for Scott Munn, the posh boy from a posh school in Australia, I don't know. Johan Langer, the guy that looks a bit like JFK, that has got a CV that's on the back of a cigarette packet. It's so wafer thin. All that stuff I don't care about. But the interesting stuff that came out in the press conference was Ange says there's a mole at Tottenham. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough. And the thing I found quite amusing about all this was that when Ange started talking about it, you had all these journalists sitting there. So what? What do you mean? There's a leak in the club? What do you mean, Ange? And I'm thinking, you're journalists, man. Your stock and trade is using rats, moles, snitches, or as you want to politely call it, leaks. And you're like, what? Is there a leak at Tottenham? Who could it be, Ange? Do you know who it is? And I bet half of them already bloody know who it is. Some turncoat trader from our club. Where's he? Now, Ange said he isn't a player, so I'm going to take Ange's word at that. But it's poor, isn't it? It's poor, isn't it? We're trying to build something. It's just an action of white anting. I don't know. I've seen this before in other things like politics where people like to be the source of information for the press. It makes them feel important. So I don't know who that is at Spurs, and I'll tell you, I'm not going to be even speculating who it is or who it isn't on this channel because you know you can say name after name after name, and you're just dragging people's name through the mud. So I don't know who it is. I mean, if Ange is only just now narrowing it down, how's anyone else going to know? So I won't be speculating. But it is a shame that we've got that at the club, where you know, injuries before games is being the opposition's finding out about it. It doesn't do us any good. I think this is, you know, part of Ange going public with this is part of the siege mentality program. And I think we need more of it. We need to develop more of an us or them, us and them kind of thing at Tottenham, between us and other fans, and some fans in our own club. I mean, we're talking about a mole, a rat, a snitch, and a leak in the club. How many have we got in our fan base at the moment? I mean, another one popped up that caught my eye. Danny Kyriakou. I saw a clip of him on We Are Tottenham TV. There was another guy on it called Nathan, I think it was, or Nathan. Just happy. He enjoyed the game. Thought, yeah, that was all right. Danny weren't having it. Call him, you know, if it's fans like you, you're delusional, you're an idiot, all this. How old are you? You don't know nothing. And then he gets a bit back and says, oh, don't get it all personal. Don't get it all personal. That's what a lot of these people do. I don't know. I haven't decided in my mind. Is it just a thing that they're so unself-aware they don't realise that they're being personally attacking themselves? Or is it that it's just a tactic to shut people up, to get them on the back foot? I think it probably is the latter, but it could be a bit of both, but it's ridiculous. But we've got those all through the online fan base at the moment. Danny himself admitted, he said, I left at half time in the Southampton game because I've got better things to do with my life. What a great fan you are, mate. What a great fan. And no, I've banned you from my channel. There's no right to reply here. You're just going to have to suck it up. What a great fan, eh? How about you find something to do with a bit more of your life and don't go to any games at all. All your mates, you're stinking up the place. You're dragging us down. You know, we've got too many of these people. They're so vocal. They're, you know, even when we have a good performance, which we did against Frankfurt, I thought we played really well. Unlucky not to get the result, but I can see that we're getting better and better with each game. We're improving. Now that our players are coming back, our football's coming back. But these dickheads that don't want any success for the club because that'll make them look bad because they always have to be right. You know, what use are they? How can they even call themselves fans? And they have the cheek to say it's fans like you. They're not fans themselves. Leaving a game at half time when you're winning? Come on, you Spurs. I've never heard anything like it. It's going to be a hard job at Tottenham, even if it's Ange or the next manager, with so many of these petulant, whiny twats putting us down all the time. I don't see how you're going to build a cohesive unity in the fan base because there are always going to be people that are discontent and they want to gob off because they know better than everyone else. I'm sure it happens in other Premier League clubs as well, but I find it quite sickening that our club seems to be particularly afflicted by it. You know, there's Danny, there's Stell, there's Sava, there's Johnny, and then there's a few ring-ins as well, because even if people have, you know, a channel that's okay, they have the same dickheads on, spreading their bad news and sadness and castigating people for having the temerity to enjoy a game of football, making people feel bad because they're going, come on you Spurs, you know? I can say this is a 52-year-old man, which according to them makes me something because they always go on about how long they've supported Spurs. Well, I've been doing it a bit longer than you twats. I know how it's done properly. So we got moles in the fan base, a mole somewhere at Tottenham, which the journalists are bemused about. A mole? I've never come across a mole ever in my journalistic career. And then we got a new CEO, so I don't know, I don't care about all that. All I'm worried about is playing Wolves tomorrow night, 11 p.m. kickoff here. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a watch along for it yet or not. Might do. Could be. I mean, Wolves have been a bit of a tricky customer for us for some reason. Not so much in the last couple of seasons, but you know they had a good run against us. Always seemed to, you know, even though we haven't lost to them for maybe 2 years, might be 2 years, 18 months, something like that. They do knock out draws, so it's going to be interesting to see how we come out this game and how much we're going to preserve ourselves for the big one during the week, the return against Frankfurt over there. It's interesting to watch, isn't it? I'll be watching the game anyway. I'll be watching all of it. I won't be like switching off at half time or anything like that. It's fans like me. I know. Disgusting, eh? Watching a whole game of football and clapping, fuck me. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. Be interested to see what the lineup is. It looks like our players are coming through these games unscathed at the moment, though, which is great because it means that you know when we had all the injuries, it was like a double whammy that we were being hit with because not only did we have to play the same players all the time. So they were getting fatigued. I don't mean exhausted, like out of breath, like fatigued, muscle breakdown and shit. That's what happens when you exercise too much. But they couldn't train. They couldn't train in between games. And if they could, who were they going to train with? The under fives or something like that. So now it's all coming back together again. I'm seeing our football improving and I'm hopeful, really hopeful for a good end to the year. Whether that'll be Europa League glory or not, who knows yet. It's a bit too early to say. I was hoping we could say. I was hoping I could say we got 1 foot in the semi-finals, but we haven't quite yet. But a nice showing there and a nice finish to league will set us up set me up anyway for some excitement for what can happen in the transfer window and then next season. But that's all miles away. I'm just looking forward to seeing the team run out as usual, as I always do. Win, lose or draw. Peace and love, man, and come on you Spurs.